So I'm going to be showing you guys how to pre-pluck a frontal, beginner friendly. This is the equipment you'll be needing to make a wig. You don't need it all, but it does make it a lot easier if you're a beginner. To begin this process, you will need tweezer, you will need the wig stand, you will need the lace frontal, and you will need some pins. The pins to secure the lace frontal, and also make sure that your lace frontal is wet and comb through it just to remove any tangles, as you can see that I'm already doing. The next step is for us to literally get a cotton comb and bring where we would like the baby hair, we would like to bring them forward, just so that we don't go and pre-pluck those baby hairs that we intend on having. So I will just say, put not too much, but put as much that you feel that is safe, just in case if you do mess up while you're pre-plucking. As you can see, I'm readjusting the wig just to make it tighter and more secured, so it's easier when I'm bringing the baby hair forward. As you can see, I'm using the cotton comb to bring the hairs, the front hairs that I intend on making into baby hairs. So I bring that first forward before I even start to pluck, just to avoid any mistakes that can happen, that can occur later as I'm pre-plucking the hair behind them. So it's always safe to first bring baby hair forward. Once you're happy with the hair, the front hair that you have brought forward, I literally just pluck downwards. So I pluck as if I'm plucking down towards the mannequin's face. I notice that it tends to look more natural, and it's a lot easier, and if you do make a mistake, it's a lot easier to rectify. So I try to pluck, I wouldn't say individually, but I try to pluck as close to being individual. So maybe 4 strands. So just to make it, I like doing it very neatly, just in case if I do make a mistake. Side note, I have slowed down the process to make it a lot easier for you to actually see what I am doing. Just keep pre-plucking. I did say I do it neatly, but I wouldn't say exactly neatly, but neatly in a sense you move around, but I also keep it in mind of where I've actually plucked, because I don't want to over pluck and I don't want to pluck too much, because when you do bleach the frontal, it does make the frontal a lot weaker. So I wouldn't advise you to overly pluck it, because you might still lose hair anyway, depending on what vendor you get your hair from, or depending on the quality of the hair as well. So I'm just going to stop talking for now and just let you watch the video and actually see how I pre-plucked this frontal and see the end result. So once you are happy with the whole pre-plucking downwards, you can later start to pre-pluck upwards, so away from the face, but don't do that with the baby hairs that you brought forward. And don't forget that every time you've pre-plucked a section, make sure you get the cotton comb and bring some hair forward so you can pre-pluck more behind, just to make sure that the frontal is flat and it looks natural. Sorry about the fact that my wig head keeps moving around. The wig stand that I'm using is not that great. As you can see, I always start off with plucking downwards before I start plucking away from the mannequin's face. Just keep pre-plucking the frontal until you're happy with it, but don't over pluck it. Like I said before, when you do bleach the frontal, it does tend to become weak and it may shed depending on the quality of the hair. Please take your time in this procedure. Sometimes it can take up to minimum 2 hours as you are a beginner, and it could take you even longer than 2 hours. But I would say for a starter, dedicate 2 hours at least. Like I said before, as you're pre-plucking, bring the baby hair back just to make sure that you haven't overly plucked the hair. Be on the safe side just to check that the edges is looking how you want it to look. So it's, every time when you pre-pluck, just always keep checking and just to make sure that the baby hairs, the front hair looks, the hairline looks the way you want it to look, because you just don't want to just pluck it and it just doesn't look like the hairline that you want. So always just keep checking it. As you can see, I've literally gone back to start to pre-pluck the hair again because I feel like the front hair needs to be a bit more thinner. So I'm going over it again, and I just keep repeating this process until I'm actually happy with the end result. I said earlier, just keep parting it in different sections, so then you can see how the hair is as well, just to make sure you haven't overly plucked the middle. And if you feel like you should pre-pluck those bits, you can go in and just pre-pluck it until you're satisfied. So just keep checking the hair around so to avoid any bald patches or you overly plucked any section. As you can see, I am wetting the hair because it's a lot easier to pre-pluck it and also to see how the edges look as you are pre-plucking it. So I always tend to wet it, not overly wet it, but semi-wet it, the hair. And I also brush it out just to get rid of hairs that I've already plucked, because you don't want to over pluck. And this is the other side. I've kind of touched a bit on that side, so yep. I'm just showing you the side that I have pre-plucked, which it kind of took me about 45 minutes just to do that side. And I'm just going to show you the other side that I haven't pre-plucked as much, showing you the difference. So I've sort of kind of cut the baby hair a bit. So I just literally wet the baby hairs just before I cut it over again, and just to see how it would look on the hair, on the frontal. So now I just literally get my, I don't know what they call it, I think it's a blade comb or whatever that you use to like cut baby hairs. Cut it downwards while the hairs, push the hair back just to see when I do actually want to put like a baby hair effect how it would look. So yeah, you know, just trying to, but in general I don't really like using baby hair, so I don't really cut the hair really short. I just like the hair to just look like my hairline, and plus I'm not that great at, you know, putting the gel and sleeking the baby hairs down, so happy with the pre-plucking process. I just literally put it in the bun and just to check it out and just to see how it looks. As I am working with a 360 frontal, it's the same procedure. So this is the end result of my hair. Obviously I have bleached it and made it into a wig, but this is how it looks. So I hope you guys like it, and if you do want to see a tutorial of how I actually make the wig and the hair dye, please let me know and I will put that up. Thank you for watching my video. Styling the hair, literally brushing it out, because I really love the texture of the hair and I love the color, how it came out and everything. And if you know me, you know how obsessed I am with good weave. Love it. Bye.